Choose a spot near your intended waste input. This way, it will be easy to transport your waste into the biogas plant. The biogas plant itself is 68 inches in diameter. You'll need to place a stick in the middle of this ground for later use. Clear this area with a rake so it is easier to dig. The stick is the middle of your circle. Use the measuring tape to measure 34 inches from the stick to measure the radius of the circle. Place the sharp object onto the measuring tape and align it with the 34-inch mark. Then begin to drag the sharp object across the ground to create a path for the circle. Follow with some sort of die to outline the circle. This outline will act as a boundary for the digger so he knows where to dig. Once you are done with outlining the circle, you must make sure that the circle is 68 inches in diameter. This is a critical factor in fitting the biogas plant into the hole. You can ensure its length by using the measuring tape to measure the hole. When enough dirt has been released from the ground from digging, you can shovel some of the dirt into a bowl and then throw it onto the side. This will allow your hole to become large enough to fit the biogas plant. Make sure you also level the sides of the hole so that the biogas plant will fit in perfectly. Make sure the hole is only 40 inches in depth. The company that has sold you the biogas plant has provided you with two pieces, an inlet and an outlet piece. To create the inlet and the outlet pipes, you must first apply glue to one side of a pipe. Then take either piece, place the pipe into the piece, and make sure it is secure and firm in its place. The pipe should only be 50 inches long. Measure the pipes to 50 inches in length and begin cutting. Cut a wedge into the end of the pipes as shown. The cut should be about 5 inches in length. These should be your finished products. The inlet and outlet pieces should be attached onto one end. The wedges should be cut into the other end, 5 inches in length, and the overall pipe should be 50 inches. Place the digester into the hole. Now, You must find the openings for the outlet and the inlet pipes. Once you have found the openings for the inlet and outlet pipes, slowly fit the pipes into the holes. Make sure the wedges are facing into the digester. This will allow the input to go in and the output to come out. The wedges are specifically shaped for the openings in the digester. This is a tedious process and you must have patience. It will take a while to find the opening in the digester. It is critical that the bottom of the pipes touch the openings of the digester. This will ensure that the flow of materials through the digester is not interrupted. In between the openings for the two pipes, you will see a very small opening. This opening is used for the compact PVC ball valve that is provided with your package. Screw this ball valve onto the open valve. Now that this is completed, your pipe should look like this. Now, you are ready to prepare your digester for waste input. Pick up the digester and try to find the holding flaps, which are about 3/4 up the digester. Once you have found these holding flaps, have at least 4 people keep the digester rigid. The holding flaps should be level to the ground. You need to fill up your digester. Alternate putting water into the inlet and outlet pipes. Until the digester is completely filled with water, make sure you hold the holding flaps level to the ground. Once the water is level to the ground, you may let go of the flaps. Now, begin to fill the rest of the digester with a blower through the compact PVC ball valve. Make sure the digester is completely taut. You can put any material that contains carbon into the biogas plant. The main materials that are used are agro waste and dung waste. If you're using any form of dung, collect it and place it into a bucket. Add water and mix it until it is fluid enough to be transported into the digester. Pick up the bucket, bring it over to the digester, and slowly pour the waste into the inlet pipe. Any form of agro waste works with the biogas digester. Examples of agro waste are rice husk, corn ears, etc. Collect any agro waste. Take it to your biogas digester and place the waste into the inlet pipe, as shown. As soon as the biogas digester is fully prepped for waste input, input as much waste as you possibly can to fill up the biogas digester. Now, you must wait for the gestation period. The gestation period is where all of the waste will be converted into methane. You will slowly see the gestation period making its mark as the biogas digester begins filling up. The gestation period is about 7 to 9 days. At the end of the gestation period, the biogas digester should be completely taut, similar to when you filled it up with the air. Manure is also created as a byproduct of the biogas reaction. You can collect the manure by digging a small path near the opening of the outlet pipe for the manure to collect. The manure will slowly come out in a liquid form.